So my friends call me Boring Ben, which I prefer to Pedo Malfoy. Boring Ben isn't a name that I love. I mean, it's not a name that you want to be remembered by. Nobody wants to be remembered as the guy that was so dull, even Pinocchio felt like a real boy around him. Still, it's better than the guy that's least favourite thing about Harry Potter was Hermione Granger growing up. Or the guy that didn't ride the Nimbus 2001, he rode the kids bus 2001. Or the guy that always had two schoolboys by his side and they weren't called Crab and Goyle. Ew. I don't know if you know who Draco Malfoy is. If you don't, he's one of the many villains in Harry Potter, and he's part of a house that is founded by snakes. For those of you who don't know what paedophiles are, they are one of the many villains in society, and they are part of a house that is founded by lizard or lizard people. I don't know which. That was a joke about the royals. Woo! I tried quite hard to escape the name Boring Ben. My way of doing that was to do something I thought other people would find interesting, which I wouldn't recommend because I ended up doing triathlons, and unfortunately for me the most interesting thing about doing a triathlon is the tan line that you end up with after wearing a tri-suit. It kind of cuts off around there. It's not very attractive. I knew some cooler triathletes that would call it their racing stripe, which I was always quite envious of because I was called Steak. The reason for this is because I was cooked on the outside, pink in the middle, and I'm not usually saucy. Unless you want me to be. It's a slow burner. For those who are interested, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown into my journey into triathlon, and guys, you're going to want to hold on to your seats because I'm just got some surprise on you. So for me, this is my journey as a triathlete. I started by doing my research. Next, I had to buy all my gear, and there's a lot of like tight shit that you're going to need. Next, I did a charity event, and then kind of wanted to do it for myself, so I ghosted that charity. I mean, we just couldn't do the distance anymore. I told you to hold onto your seats. Next, I went at it on my own for a bit. I then joined a club and kind of regretted that decision because people in that club pushed me too hard, too quickly. They put me on strict diets where I ate the same shit that they ate and ended up doing all sorts of crap that I didn't want to do. And that's about it. I've noticed that most of you have realised why I'm called Boring Ben. That's the reason. I did learn some interesting things though. I learned that cycling reduces your sperm count, which is a bit of a fun fact. And that isn't me trying to put you off cycling. If anything, this is a way of me promoting it. Personally, I would like to see someone cycle so much that they completely lose their ability to ejaculate. Just so they could bring out a book called They Never Saw Me Coming. It would be my dream. I ended up finishing my triathlon journey when I met someone and I used her as an excuse to get out of training because no other excuse would work. I once got hit off of my bike by a moving car and people in the club said to me, "Are you sure you didn't do that on purpose?" Which looks bad because the girlfriend excuse worked, which means the same people in that club were like, "Are you sure she's not imaginary? Because if she's not, you should really go for this. This is really a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. Go." And I left. And I'm still hoping they don't find out it was my girlfriend who I hired to hit me with her car. What was I going to say? Yeah, my girlfriend, yeah, she's cool. I'm glad me and my girlfriend are still together because we have a place together, we have a dog, we have some odd chairs in our garden with an odd hole where you sit, which makes me wonder if it looks like we have a shit fetish. This is something that I've brought up to a lot of friends, family in the past, and they don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that makes me wonder if I've got a shit fetish and I'm worried about putting it out there. Because I mean, what would you be more worried about being called? Boring Ben or Borehole Ben? I went with that one, I went with Borehole Ben, and if you're interested guys, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown into my journey into shit fetishing. This is my journey as... You know where this is going. This is my journey as a triathlete. So I started by doing my research, because you're going to want to do your fucking research into this. Trust me on this. Okay. Next I bought all the gear, and there's a lot of tight shit that you're going to need. I next did a charity event, which you wouldn't have thought was possible. Picture a Macmillan coffee morning, but you have the coffee a lot earlier. Ugh, gross. Next I joined a club, and people in that club pushed me a bit too hard. They put me on a strict diet where I ate the same shit that they ate. Do you remember from earlier? I said that earlier. And I ended up doing all sorts of crap that I didn't want to do. And that's it. I guess if there is a point to this set, it's that if you're sitting there and you're thinking, I've always wanted to do a triathlon, it just seems so bloody hard. Well, you're welcome. I recently did this set to my sister, who is the girl that has pissed off most comedians tonight by being on her phone. I did this set to my sister, and I was like, oh, if there's any bits in the set that you don't think work, or you don't get, let me know. And she went, I don't like the boring Ben bit. And I said, oh, so the whole set? And she went, it's pretty bad, yeah, you should change a lot of it. And I said, what don't you like about the set? And she went, well, it gives people the impression that you're boring. So guys, I would like to thank you very much. I've been Banter Ben. You're all going to remember me as Peter Malfoy, aren't you? Cheers.